Hello, everybody. It's Rosalind again, and we're here for Jesus Sprinkle Real Talk Wednesday with Roz. Yes, yes. Little L, big L, love. Love. What is love? We use that word so many times, and do we really know what love is? I ask that question because love means different things to different people. Some say love is a feeling that comes from deep within. Some say love is enjoyment. Some even say love is caring and being cared for. The main thing to remember is love is subjective, it's personal. Because we all have our own language of love. Real love doesn't punish and it's not self fulfilling. Real love is a verb because, like a verb, it requires an action. We can't say we love and intentionally hurt someone. No, that is like light and darkness attempting to coexist. It's not possible. No matter how hard we try to make light and dark fit, it will not fit together. Yes. I want us to ponder on the relationships in our lives. And I want you to ask yourself, are those relationships rewarding? Is there give and take by all parties involved in the relationship? Does the relationship bring joy? If you can't answer yes to these simple questions, maybe, we need to rethink if that relationship or those relationships, if they're healthy, and if we need to continue to invest in those relationships. Deciding to invest less time in a relationship, it does not mean that we stop caring. It does, however, mean we are worthy of so much more, and we love ourselves enough to only accept and only expect the same level of love and respect that we are willing to give. Yes. Love with a little L seeks self fulfillment in an empty space. It is nourishment to a starving heart. Love with a little L seeks to heal those negative words that ring true inside, like you're not enough. And it seeks someone else to fix what's lacking inside because of an inability to realize that we can self heal because of our inner strength and with Christ at the helm of our lives. The words longed for with a little L are, I will fix you. Love with a little L wants to be a part of anything that eliminates that feeling of loneliness. It strives to be a unique part of a whole and longs to be attached to another's heart. Mm. Love with a little L craves more and never gets filled and cannot give what it expects to receive. The thirst for more can never be met because of the brokenness inside. Family, until we address the inward man. It may be hard to be the whole person, to give, and that's willing to give and receive the love that our Father has designed for us. Oh, but God, love provided by the big L is that love provided by God. Love with the big L is not looking or judging. It accepts what it sees and it does not place undue expectation on others. And it simply waits for another person to just be. I pray, I pray that we are all striving for love with the big L, because love with the big L does not have a primary motive of self satisfaction. I strive to continually keep in the forefront of my brain. I try, but I must admit that I sometimes judge. I sometimes place higher expectations on others than I do on myself. I sometimes want to be, I sometimes want it to always be about Roz, only about Roz. Love with the big L seeks to please without expectation. Love with a big L loves as Christ has directed us to love. This sounds so simple. Why is it hard to just love? It's not all our fault because society has conditioned us to think love is something that satisfies our own desires. True is the fact that we should love selfishly in that we have expectations on our friendships, expectations for our mate, and also expectations for our family. The problem arises when all in the relationship are not trying to nurture the relationship and take personal ownership for nurturing the growth of the relationship. Any positive relationship takes energy and it takes work for all parties involved. I, for one, have adopted the practice of not allowing close connections unless those connections are organic. No fake relationships will be tolerated. And I had to do that because I had to stop allowing the cycle of being the victim and accept and believe that I am a queen that deserves the crown that was promised by our Father. The crown is royal and it's beautiful. Remember Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God. That is good and acceptable and perfect. Yes. Family, let's stop allowing society to define love for us. Society says we can love whomever we want and in any manner we choose to love. Society says love is just love. We are called to be an example. And in being an example, we are to love as God tells us to love. What does love look like? Society tells us love is late night calls, telling someone how lonely they are and can they make that late night visit. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what we call that. Society thinks love is one night stands and meaningless hookups. Society defines love as something that is selfishly satisfied and can be thrown away at any time. Love is so much more, so much more. Love is about meeting each other's expectations and loving each other with trust, with acceptance, and with support. Love is about treating someone with the kind of respect that they deserve, even if they don't realize they deserve that respect. Yes. It's about the kind of respect we want given to us. Is love subjective? Is there a blueprint on how to love? I wish it was. It would make it so much easier because love is a series of trials and error, bumps and bruises, ups and downs. We make mistakes, but I want to motivate us all to learn from those mistakes and try not to take the scars from those mistakes to the next relationship. Mm. The Bible speaks of love in 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things. Love believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. Beautiful. Loving does not fade easily if it is sincere, if it's true love, if it's something that comes from within that is inspired by our Father. It's love of feeling. It's love of feeling like what we see in the movies, butterflies and rainbows. Love is not always happy. Love is not always cheerful. Love is not butterflies and rainbows, although I wish it was. Love is work. Love is work through the ups and downs, just like life. Mm. If we put God in the midst of that love, we can have an open mind to receive the love when it comes and also give that love to those that's worthy of that love. Do we love only when someone loves us back? Mm. Sometimes we love, and unfortunately, we are not loved in the same way. But it's a personal decision that we must make if we are not being loved as we are worthy to be loved. The decision is to stay in that relationship and potentially not experience the love we are worthy of receiving or know our worth and not accept any less than what we are willing to give. The choice is yours. The choice is ours. The choice is personal. Family, I challenge us all to love and also to give love that is worthy and that is pleasing to our Father. Yes. Family, if you would like to be a part of the Jesus Sprinkles and Real Talk Now family, please send me a friend request. A friend request to Rosalind Green Price, of course, on Facebook. And I will add you so we can continue, you can continue to receive more information and get the weekly updates and also the different forums that appear on the platforms. Thank you. I love you and see you next time.